Hello, everybody, and a happy good afternoon to you all. We come from East Los Angeles College here in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, and it's a beautiful day here in Southern California. The clouds are in. It is June gloom just a little bit too early here, and we have the 3C2A men's and women's state championships for swim and dive, and man, what a morning it has been. And we are getting ready and set for the event number one. We had the prelims earlier this morning. It was the women's 200-yard freestyle relay, and we are just about to get underway with that as we speak. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to bring in my color commentator and color analyst, Adam Gonzalez from Fountain Valley. He swam at UCSB. And I'm getting my hair out of my face because it is far too long, but nonetheless, Adam, how's it going?
It's fantastic. I'm glad to be here today. It should be a fun swim meet.
Yeah, we are really, really excited to see how this is going to turn out. The first two heats of today's afternoon, this morning, should I say, of the women's 200-yard freestyle relay, it kind of showed who the best teams are, and that's how it usually goes here in the state championship. Heat one, and that's what we're about to cover, is going to be Las Positas in the position of number one. San Joaquin Delta, Mesa, Mount Sac, American River, and LA Valley. And in that number 4 lane is Palomar, and the girls are going to get up on top of the blocks and ready to hop in the pool for the 200-yard freestyle relay. I'll get the names. Here's your starting positions. We have Sarah Thompson all the way on the edge. That's San Joaquin Delta. Madison Rishwain from San Diego Mesa. Naomi Jenkins, freshman. She's Palomar in the 4th lane, so keep an eye out for her. Mount San Antonio College is the 5th with Lexus Bratton, American River College, Claire Athey. And we're off and ready to go here. As expected, 4th lane, shooting off very quick, Naomi Jenkins. Or check that, Emma Hart from Palomar College. She's about an entire body length ahead, but on the inside, Liliana Noriega from LA Valley College making a move, and we get the second run. Coach, you swam a little bit of the relay in college. Tell me, what's the most important part here?
You know, this is just 2 lengths of the pool, which is the shortest distance these athletes cover. So you're just going to see pure speed here. An exciting way to start the meet.
Things are shaking out a little bit differently. We don't have too crazy of a difference, and that inside lane is something we're going to have to keep track of. And Kelly Long, the freshman from LA Valley College, is now in the pool in that 7th lane, and she is holding on to first place. We got to check over on the 3rd lane. San Diego Mesa College's Gracie Burns is also in quick and hot pursuit, and that inside lane here, number 7, is going to continue to keep the lead, and we are headed into the final stretch here. This is the final rotation, and it is anyone's game at this point of the race. Final swimmers are in the water. 2 more lengths of the pool to swim here. Almost everybody abreast at the very end. The final turn, here we come, and it's going to be a close one here at the end gate. Lane number 4, we have the anchor in, and that's Palomar College, Alessandra Fleischman, and she looks like she's going to take it, and she is in for the final time, and the final time is 1 minute 41 seconds 84, and that was well ahead of actually where they were earlier today. They were 1:44.33, so a 3-second gain on the time.
Powerful swim on the last leg there. Coming in equal on the 3rd, but then absolutely destroying the pack. Great swim.
And so that will be the end of heat number 1. Now, finally, the championship heat will have to get underway here in just a few moments. And I will say, what an exciting way to get things going here. Heat number 1, it's the consolation heat, but this is where the times kind of get a little bit closer and you start seeing some really good competition. But now we gotta announce the second heat, and here we go. We have West Valley College on the 1st lane, Diablo Valley College 2nd lane, 3rd lane Sierra College, 5th lane Santa Barbara City College, 6th lane College of Sequoias, 7th lane Orange Coast College, and 8th lane Riverside College, and of course in that 1st lane Santa Monica College, and starting them off is going to be Risa Akatsu, and she's going to be trying to go to work in that 4th lane. A lot of swimming to be done today. We're just in heat number 2 of the relays, Coach. So much more to go on here, and we already just crowned a couple winners of the dive championship earlier. We had that coverage earlier on this channel, but we are just, gosh, I'm so excited. The first heat is underway, and it was a good one. The swimmers are up and ready to dive in. We will be underway momentarily. On their marks and ready to go, and they're in the water. So anyone's game here, and it was the anchor in heat number 1 that did it for Palomar College. Can the 4th lane be lucky once again? Nobody clearly ahead at this point of the race, and it's all about that turn to make sure you can get your team a good advantage coming into the second line of the relay. Making a break here in lane number 7 is Claire Athley, or check that, Destiny Hernandez, and she had a little bit of speed coming down that lane in the first rung of the relay.
Yeah, we've got less than 5 seconds separating every team in the prelims. Should be close.
Keeping an eye on that 7th lane. Brooke Munoz, she's in the pool for Orange Coast College. It's going to be 4 swimmers at the lead. It will be lane number 3 in Sierra College, Bailey Abdao. She's working her way up. In the 4th lane, William Heckerson, she gets in, and the swimmers are in the water. And out and ahead is, again, 4 swimmers abreast. It's going to be anybody's race here as we head into the final 4. Lane number 3, Alyssa Augustin, Emily Lester, McKenna Bloom, and it's going to be Jillian Lampert as the final seconds of this race are going to conclude. Lane number 4 about a foot ahead, and it's going to be it. The final score will be on the board, 138.56 for Emily Lester, as she is able to bring home the gold for Santa Monica College. What an unbelievable start to the relays here. And Adam, we're going to take a quick step away from the booth so we can figure out some technical difficulties. But everybody, it's the 3C2A men's and women's swim and dive championship here from ELAC College. What a beginning to today's tournament. We'll return with men's 200-meter relay in just a few moments. Testing, 1. Okay, Shalette, can you bring me back up, please? Well, we bring back the coverage after a amazing heat from Santa Monica College. They had the win in the first round, and that's why they were in the second heat today in the championship. And I have to say, it was hats off to the anchors in both of the heats. Coach, is that what you saw there?
Looked similar in heat 2, yeah. Fourth swimmer came and separated herself from the field.
That's exactly the type of tactics that you want to employ when you're running in track. That was one of the things I try to relate a lot of these cardiovascular sports to each other. There's a lot of similarities in all of them. That was like my one thing that I noted, especially I played water polo. You played water polo in high school. You said, Adam, saving a little bit of gas in the tank for the very, very end, and that's the job of the anchor in the relay.
Right. And also you'll see teams a lot of times putting a very strong swimmer up front and trying not to get too far behind in the beginning of the race.
Well, still trying to work out some of the audio. It was working earlier, of course. Nothing has been totally perfect this weekend. We've had one brand new broadcast unit just completely not work on us, Adam, so.
Sometimes it goes that way, but we'll figure it out.
Sometimes it does. Nonetheless, we are getting ready for the men's, and we are quickly into the second event of today. We'll set the lineup a little bit. Heat number 1 of the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Long Beach, Shasta, Modesto, American River, Cuesta, Grossmont, Santa Rosa in that 4th spot, Sequoia, College of the Sequoias. And starting things out for College of the Sequoias will be Zachary Welch. He's a freshman in that lane number 4. So it was relevant in the women's. We'll see if it stays that way in the men's, and I think it might. And we are off in the first length of the relay. No clear leaders at this point, except for that 4th lane. Zachary Welch off to a great start here, and College of the Sequoias getting after it. And it's all about that leap as well. You have to really time it up, Coach. There's a lot of time to be lost there, isn't there?
There's time to be lost, but also if you jump early, that would be a disqualification. So these guys are trying to be exactly as they touch.
That 4th lane, College of Sequoias keeping the lead relative now. There's only a couple challengers. If you look down to lane number 6, Cuesta College, Zachary O'Connor's going to try and make a little bit of a push here as he's coming back from that first spot. And never mind American River College as well, Vincent Pogson. He's also in there in the mix, and it's all going to come down to the final length of the relay here. It's going to be Joshy Peters from College of the Sequoias. Can he put things away for the Sequoias College?
Fantastic dive in lane 4, coming out right away strong.
Yeah, he is well ahead of the next lane, and the next closest lane is American River with Josiah West. Is he going to be able to get a second breath of air? And he's not. It's going to go all the way to College of the Sequoias. They led from the beginning, and that's going to be Joshy Peters touching the wall, and there we go. A clear 2 seconds faster, Coach.
Wow, absolutely fantastic swim from lane 4.
Coach, is it true that, especially in the championship level of these types of events, that timing and everything, you kind of come with your game ready approach in that second heat for the championship?
These guys practice these things over and over again with this specific person coming into the wall that they'll have at this competition. Yeah. They know each other's speed, absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing that was completely the same in the women's, at least in heat number 1. Every single team improved a little bit. Even down to the lane number 8, Santa Rosa Junior College. They were a 34, they're a 33 now, and it is time for the championship event here. Heat number 2 of the 200-yard freestyle relay. And goodness gracious, we have, these are the powerhouse colleges, as I would say, in this division. You recognize a lot of these colleges because of their prominence in swimming in the 3C2A. Palomar College, West Valley College, Mount San Antonio College, another big one, Sierra College, Orange Coast College, Riverside College, Golden West College, and Los Positas College. These are all really big ones. Golden West, a big name here as well. They are always a return team, as well as in water polo. Golden West known for their prominence there, but they are only in the 7th lane, Coach, and in that 4th lane, Sierra College. Evan Terry going to start things off for Sierra College, and Orange Coast College will be in that 5th lane, Mason Parker, and Mount San Antonio College in that 3rd lane, Eric Yee. And we will get ready to go. Swimmers are ready into the pool. That initial launch is so important here. The pirate flag is being waved from the Orange Coast College team on the side, and they are screaming and hollering as things get going. Lane number 4 looking promising here for Sierra College. Evan Terry, he's got a little bit of an advantage, but it's very close between him and row number 3. I will say Mount San Antonio College, Matthew Noah, is going to have to do some work here as we get down into the end of this 2nd rung of the ladder.
Look at the sheer amount of water these guys can move when they swim. Pure power.
Yeah, it's really impressive, Adam, watching these guys dig for everything they got here in this championship round, and it is looking good for Sierra College. And Andrew Espinoza is now digging for, check that, I was in the wrong row. This is Christopher Nehart swimming for his life because there are a couple men in pursuit, but they are going to continue to be in that first little rung. But wait a second, Orange Coast College now making a fight for this end. It's going to come down to the final turn here. Are they going to be able to time it out perfectly? But no, Sierra College and Andrew Espinoza in the final race, and here we go. It's going to come down to the final seconds. We have the 2 guys neck and neck, and Sierra College going to secure first place, 21:63 for Sierra College. And oh my goodness, Orange Coast College just a couple tenths of a second late. It was 0.2.
Yeah, he was a little bit faster than lane 4, but he just didn't quite have enough distance to catch up.
Oh my goodness, 21:63, 22:01 in that 4th and 5th respectively, but that's her 1st and 2nd place. And man, it was like there was nobody really in the way at that point. That was pretty much all she wrote. But Coach, man, what an exciting beginning to this. We got 2 really good races underway. Both heats were exciting in each of them. Any final thoughts before we break away for a second, that we'll get ready for the event number 3, women's 500-yard freestyle?
Oh man, I just hope that sets the tone for the type of competition we're going to have here this meet.
All right, that's going to do it for us for a second. Don't go anywhere. Don't stop watching. We are going to return in just a few moments. Gillette, can we test this one more time? Testing, 1, 2, 1. Testing, 1, 2, 1. You don't see it now, but that's how it used to be.
Yeah, it's whole different.
All right, Gillette, we can bring it back when you're ready. And we are getting set and ready to go for the women's 500-yard freestyle. We'll have plenty of time, Coach, to talk about this. 5-minute race pretty much at this point. Well, we'll set the lineup here. In the number 1 lane, Megan Calcutt from Grossmont. Number 2 lane, Bella Catapotis from Sierra College. Number 3 lane, Sarah McNeil from Orange Coast. 5th lane, Gabriella Hester from Orange Coast. 6th lane, Stella Clarkson from Santa Rosa. 7th lane, Allison Donnelly from Ventura College, close by to where I went to junior college, at Moorpark College. And number 8 lane, Valerie Butchard from Santa Monica College. And we are just 2 laps into that 3rd lap. And Coach, what really do you need to think about here? This is 500 meters, long way to go down a pool, a lot of time to think about things. What are the things you got to do as a swimmer to win this race?
This race is a test of your conditioning throughout the season. So these athletes are going to go 20 lengths up and down the pool, and you'll see them hold a relatively consistent pace throughout the entire approximately 5-minute long race.
And Coach, is it about making sure that the phases of your race, it's 20 laps. I would imagine you look at it in quarters, first 5, second 5, third 5, and fourth 5, as you make your laps. Do you want to make sure those times are as consistent as possible as you work your way through the race, or is there certain times where you need to push or hold back? I mean, what's the tactics here?
Each athlete may have a little bit different according to their abilities. Some might be pacing per every 100 yards, every 4 laps, or maybe every 2 laps they're checking their time. One thing that you'll see in the deep side of the pool, or the side across from the blocks, is they'll have a counter there that lets them know what lap they're on, but also their counter will sometimes communicate with them. You might see them dip their counter up and down or side to side in order to communicate the pace that they're trying to hold.
Very important to know. We do have in the water camera, you can see what they're doing right there, telling them, maybe time to start digging. Let's look at the lineup right now. Coach, we got lane number 1, Megan Calcutt from Grossmont. She had a 5:33 in heat number 1 of the first just event of the day, and she's actually kind of holding up her time, looking pretty good here going into number 9. This is the 9th lap around, and man, things are just kind of starting to work their way in. Lane number 4, the one to make sure we watch, is Lauren Loflemacher, and she is in the mix as well. She's from Riverside College. I forgot to even announce who was in the 4th lane, Coach. What a mistake that is. Well,
It is traditionally the fastest swimmer who gets to be in the center of the pool. So lane 4 and 5 will technically be the strongest usually.
And just to take another look at lane number 6, Stella Clarkson from Santa Rosa. She swam a 5:31 previously today in the morning. She's also in the mix, but again, we got to keep looking at that number 1, Megan Kalka from Grossmont. She's just holding up very consistent. It doesn't look like she's really putting too much hard effort into the strokes right now. She's really just working on staying consistent. I think each of the lap times have been very consistent, Coach. Is that what you see?
Yeah, that's what I've seen, and she seems to be right on her pace. What we should see here as they're coming up to the last, maybe 100 yards, is they will have a little bit of an increase in tempo as they try to drain their fuel tanks for the end of the race.
All right, we have some different tactics from the coaches here, and I was seeing, just if you look down into row number 1, that was Megan Calcutt. She was getting waved at from the sign from the coach, and now you have the teammates starting to get a little bit more excited as we get into number 15, number 17, then number 19. That's your final lap. I mean, this is where the things start getting a little bit more strenuous.
You're going to want to watch for their kicking throughout the race. They've had a very mild kick, and now we should see them turn it on. Should see their arms turn on a faster tempo in the last 100 yards.
A lot more water starting to fly up into the air.
Whatever they've got left, they're not going to hold anything back after the championship meet here.
Absolutely not. Now something to a little bit pay attention to. Number 4 starting to get things. And number 3, Sarah McNeil from Orange Coast and Lauren from Riverside now trying to make that push. And look at this inside lane here, or inside to me, Stella Clarkson from Santa Rosa. She's also in the mix. So we have a little bit of a active fight for first place here. And did I just hear the bell?
You did, but that was actually, unfortunately, a lap too early. Generally, that bell will signify the last 2 laps. So I believe we bring that 2 laps early.
Well, we're not getting fired at least. That's the important part.
That's okay. The athletes will also be checking their lap counters, so they'll know what lap they're on.
Yeah, and we have the red signs. I do recognize that from the first heat from this morning. Red means it's over. You got to. It's all or nothing at this point.
And look at our heat. We're neck and neck.
Neck and neck all the way into the final run here. This is the final, lap and a half, almost just lap now, and we have 4 in first place. It's 1, 3, 4, and 6 lanes. If those are your players, it's time to start cheering on. 4 is now starting to break up a little bit, and that's Lauren Loffelmacher from Riverside, and she's in front, but it's going to be lane number 3, Sarah McNeil. She's making a little bit of a move here at the end. It's everything and more, and she's finally in. She's the first time recorded. Third lane, 5:27.98, and that's Sarah McNeil from Orange Coast College going to bring it home for the first heat of the women's 500-yard freestyle. Coach, oh my goodness.
What luck we have having race after race with competitive endings.
Yeah. So we got to talk about that one there a little bit, because that's just like prime example of, Megan Calcutt. Now, she was in the mix. 5:28.96. When you look at the grand scheme of things, off of the number 4 lane, 5:28.68, Coach, she's right in the mix, right?
Within a half a second over a 5.5-minute race. It's a heartbreaking to be in 4th place after something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and that was competitive all the way down to the end. It's interesting to think maybe that the bell ringing might have also played a little bit of a factor. Does that, when you're in that mindset, because I was never a competitive racer or anything like that, if you hear something like that, would that potentially throw you off?
It's hard to tell. Maybe there's some confusion or maybe a slight pause as to what lap they're actually on. So it is unfortunate that happened.
Well, sometimes these things happen, Coach.
Absolutely.
That is the world of racing. But we are ready and set. I gotta introduce heat number 2. So lane number 1, Nikki Haley from Pasadena College. 5:28 was the first time, and that's the 5:28. That's basically what we're looking at, heat number 1 for the championship round here. So this is heat number 2. This is the finals. This is it. Number 2, Kennedy Brubaker from San Joaquin Delta. She's got a 5:23.38. Emma Marsalek from Hancock College. She's a 5:16.88. And that's your 3rd row. Row number 5, Maya Garcia Hal from Grossmont. She's a 5:10.37, way ahead of the pack. Giselle Quiones from Orange Coast, 5:22.7. Annabella Storar from side, she's a 5:26.05, and Sam Dorn from Los Positas, she's a 5:20.80. And of course, in that fourth lane, Mia Park from El Camino. We watched her. This is right when we got the gimbal camera up in the first heat this morning, and she had popped out of the pool, and she was cold as ice. And she had a 5:03.58. I mean, that is a completely different ball game.
Yeah, she's on a different level, and we'll see her compete here tonight.
Yeah. It has been probably about 6-7 hours since they competed this morning, but nonetheless, I think they're ready to go, and the swimmers are in position and ready to go, and here we are. We're underway in the women's 500, heat number 2. This is the final, and we are looking for that lane number 4. Is she going to have the exact same type of tenacity early on in this race? But she's currently shoulder to shoulder with Maya Garcia Howell from Grossmont. She was 7 seconds off differential.
You know, but these girls also know that prelims is only prelims, and
right.
If they're here to fight with each other, it might be a battle the whole way down the pool.
We saw a battle in heat number 1, and we've seen a battle pretty much the entire day so far, Coach. I would not be surprised to see anything less than that at this point. I mean, this weekend has already started off really great. The dive championships, we didn't have commentary for it, but I will tell you for sure, Shalette is our executive producer on the broadcast today, or the head director. Executive producer is Mike Cepeda, of course, of SoCal College Sports, but we were commentating on our own for the dive championships inside the control booth, and it was really, really fun. And man, if you guys missed out on the coverage, we'll have it tomorrow. We'll have some more. So it'll be the women's at the 3 meter and the men's at the 1 meter. So a little bit of a change here, but nonetheless, and it would appear lane 4, Mia Park, she's starting to break out ahead a little bit here, Coach Adam.
And you know, with a prelims time of 5:03, we're looking for her to break that 5-minute barrier, which is a huge barrier in the 500 free. And coming into lap 7, she's well on pace. She's well under that 5-minute mark. We'll see if she can hold it.
I would imagine holding a sub 1 minute time for 2 laps is pretty good, Coach.
I mean, for 2 laps is still above average, and to hold it for 20 is very elite. Yeah.
What kind of pace were you swimming at, Coach?
Oh, I was not much of a freestyler, but I was able to hold a sub-minute for the 500 as well. I was about a 4:45 myself.
Okay. That's pretty daggone good, if you ask me. But.
We'll see some far better athletes in the males here coming up soon.
Well, we are on lap number 9, switching to 10 here, and Park is just breaking away with it. Now the real question is, where is second and third place going to lie? And I think it's lanes 5 and 6. Maya Garcia Howell, she's fallen back a little bit, but she's holding on to that number 2 position from Grossmont. And then Giselle Quinones also in the mix there, and she actually might be taking a step forward in front of Garcia Howell. Orange Coast College, you see the orange cap. She's going to be digging for that second place position. There is still something to swim for here. And that's definitely important when, these races aren't just for first place.
Right. And let's hope that lane 5 did not make a strategic mistake trying to compete so much with lane 4. She looks like she's a little bit tired after going out quite so fast.
Is that really, I have to imagine that the temptation, especially when you're right next to them, the person who is probably the favorite coming into this, right? I think that's a fair assessment. I'm sure there's a lot of temptation, Coach, to just, try to dig after it in the beginning of this race.
I respect it. Why not come out here and give it a shot? You never know if you don't try.
Right. Well, on time for that pace, she's keeping it up. 29.93 in the half, so she's holding that sub 1, and Coach, I think you might be right. She's trying to get that sub 5.
She has fallen off pace just a bit, but if she has anything left in the tank, she's going to be right on it here tonight.
Absolutely. As we get into the final stretch of this race, lap 15, here we come. It's going to be soon you're going to hear that bell. Hopefully not early here.
Hopefully not this time.
Yeah, we always used to joke in production courses where it's like you have to count down from 100 to test if a microphone is on. That's just what you tell the guy. It's amazing how hard it is to count. So, I don't blame everybody. Sometimes it is very difficult to keep track.
And it's exciting. You want to ring the bell. It's an exciting moment.
I feel like that's an honor, right?
It is. It is. You're a trusted person here.
Well, here we go. 17s are down. The final laps are starting to get underway as, yep, you hear the bell as Mia Park is going to hit the wall in her final 2 stretches of this thing. The red signs are down, and I think this might actually get a little bit closer. If you're looking lane number 6, hold on a minute. These things, this is unbelievable. Giselle Quinones, she's digging for that first place position. She's a body stripe probably behind Mia Park, and Mia Park is starting to look a little bit tired here, and I wonder, is what the competition going on in lane number 5 potentially something that's going to slow her down, but it's not going to be enough. Too late, too far gone. She's going to hit the wall. Mia Park, first place with a 5:04.73, but quickly right behind her in 6th place in the 6th lane, 5:07.09. And man, I got to tell you, the pressure was probably on because I guarantee you, as she looked over, she was getting a wave sign from her coaches.
Right. Yeah, it's just absolute patience in lane 6 to allow those 2 athletes to go out ahead of her, but to just keep her plan and just trust the process, and came away with a fantastic time drop.
Wow, Mia Park. She was cold as ice in the first part of this morning, and she executes exactly what she needed to do again. Man, that's a long race. That's a huge amount of endurance, Coach.
Yeah, and to be so consistent, right? A second off of her pace from this morning, but to swim that twice in a day is impressive.
Yeah. Well, we have men's coverage coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to step away for a second. Guys, do not go anywhere. They're going to announce the champions. You see Mia Park wins first place in heat number 1. And, man, I'm so excited for what we got coming up next. 500 men's freestyle coming up. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, we are back with the men's 500 freestyle. And this is, Coach, we were talking about it in the women's, and this is just the same exact thing when it comes to men's. This is a grind. This is hard. This is heat number 1. We have heat number 2 coming up in just a few moments here. But ready to get things underway. It's going to be Santa Rosa College, Palomar College, Las Positas College in 1, 2, 3. That's Grayson McCaw, Timothy Godden, and Ross Brown. And then in the 5, 6, 7, 8, we'll have Stash Perry from Cuesta, Jacob Muller from Orange Coast, Tommy Collins from Sierra, and Jared Torres from Hancock College. And, of course, in the 4th lane, John Torres from Sierra College. He swam a 4:40.37, and that was just a little too slow. And just to kind of give you guys the picture of how the heat number 2 worked, the final score was at 4:40.14. So it's not like he was too far off. The difference is a matter of 5 seconds. So in that heat, this was pretty much anyone's game, but now we're into heat number 1. The consolation, if you will, doesn't mean the competition changes here. These guys are going out and putting up pretty respectable scores here that's sub 5.
Absolutely. Tell these guys it doesn't matter and see how hard they're coming out here. You never know. Sometimes a really talented athlete might just not be in the top 8 at prelims, but might come at finals and deliver an outstanding performance from the consolation here.
Right, absolutely. And yeah, the other cool thing about this, and especially an event like this is a 3C2A. This is junior college. These guys, they're in their first 2 years of college. They have another 2 years to go, and the best part about this level of college is this gives a lot of people an absolute chance to reset their whole career. That's what happened to me when I was in college. I wasn't a great high school student. Went into the junior college level, all of a sudden figured some things out academically, and so this is an opportunity for a lot of these guys to get seen. This is a perfect example of an event where you got to go out there, swim hard, and you might have an opportunity to get seen by somebody. Maybe that's the chance. So to lay out the lay of the land, lane number 5. It's going to be Stash Perry from Cuesta College. He had a 4:42, and he is digging for first place, but in a hot pursuit is Tommy Collins from Sierra College. He had a 4:43. Coach, what are you seeing with the times here as these guys get ready to go?
They're coming in about halfway here. This will be the 10th lap, so we'll be able to tell. It looks like they're coming in a little bit faster than they were this morning, or at least on pace there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be an exciting end of the race here.
The difference between 5 and 7 is 15:49 and 15:20. That's a matter of 0.2 of a second.
I mean, yeah, with another 250 yards left to go, we saw it in the girls. It's way too early to see who's really ahead of this race.
Yeah, it's probably about just kind of keeping yourself in the mix. Don't blow it all early, you know.
Correct. I mean, nobody is out of this race as we look at this heat. There's still so much time left. Anybody could turn it on and catch up.
Yeah, with the lane number 4, which is oftentimes, that's your best time, you have 4 other guys who are within probably half a second of him. So, like you said, Coach, I mean, pretty much anyone's game at this point. And you see things getting a little bit closer between lanes 4 and 5.
We see lane 4 picking up the pace a little bit. Lane 7 has come away with the lead a little bit right here, but we'll see lane 4 and 5 charging in.
Yeah, so Tommy Collins in lane number 7 from Sierra College. He had a 4:38. Check that. He had a 4:43 pace in the first heat of the morning earlier today. However, he is kind of holding on to it. We'll see exactly how these times work out for the laps. We're getting into the final little bit here. 17 is the number on the boards as they make this turn. It's going to be the final couple.
They got 100 yards left, and this is usually the marker that says it's time to go.
Yeah,
you got less than a minute left. What do you got left?
Well, Tommy Collins, he's doing everything he can. He knows what's going on. This is lap number 17, and he's getting into it, and these guys are going to start getting directions from their coaches as we get into the final couple moments of this, and you hear the guys starting to yell. Things will get louder in here, and you hear the bell. That is the final lap as we get into the final 2, as should I say, and you see the red cards down for everybody, and hold the phone. It is not over. Look into lane number 5. Look into lane number 7. Stash Perry from Cuesta. He's making that push up again, and it's going to be a little bit of a difference between him and Tommy Collins. Tommy Collins doesn't exactly have the lead totally outright yet. He's going to be about a stride ahead of Stash Perry. Tommy Collins coming into the final little bit here, and he's going to hit the wall and absolutely crush it and come away with it. So Sierra College, Cuesta College, then Sierra College again, and Tommy Collins races a heck of a race, potentially one of the best races that we have seen today with a, hold the phone, 4:35. He had a 4:43 this morning.
Wow, 8 seconds in swimming world is huge, and all three of those guys in 1, 2, and 3 came away with a fantastic race.
Yeah, and like you said, it was anybody's race at that point. I mean, there was people right in the mix, and of course, 4 is right back into the mix. You had 4:39.05, and that was John Torres from Sierra College, his teammate, who he was also kind of racing against. Now, I wonder if that's an inner rivalry, because I'm sure these guys know they're both pretty good.
I'm sure there will be some teasing tonight, yes.
Yeah. So, this is it. The men's 500 championship round, and goodness gracious, let's set up the lineup here. We have Ryan Rodosco from Las Positas College. He swam a 4:39, so that's in the mix for what's going on in heat number 1 of the championship round. Lane number 2, Brandon Samniego from Orange Coast College, 4:38.96. Tyler Ledette from Riverside College, he's a 4:37.95. Samuel Slezak, he's in lane number 5 from Mount San Antonio College, 4:37.22. Lane number 6, Declan Heinzen from Sierra College, he's a 4:38.54. Mason Parker from Orange Coast College in lane number 7, 4:39.50. And in lane number 8, Nolan Choman from Golden West College, he's a 4:40.14. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, lane number 4, Marku Halunga from Las Positas College. He has his teammate in lane number 1, and Halunga, a 4:35.55 is what he swam this morning. Can he repeat it? But we have only a matter of 5 seconds difference between this championship round. I have to say, that's a big thing to consider here. These guys are kind of all in the conversation, Coach.
That's right, and over 20 laps, that's a quarter of a second per lap pace difference.
Yeah, that's anybody's match at this point, and they are off and underway, and wouldn't you believe it, everyone's pretty much neck and neck. Nobody's out right in the front here.
I do believe it, but there are some aggressive swimmers coming out here with lots of kicking, and we'll see some fast first 100 paces here.
Yeah, Ryan Rodosco from Las Positas, he's on the corner. His teammate is in that 4th lane, but man, you can tell from the back end, he's kicking out a lot of water trying to dig for that first place position. He's right there in the mix. Look at lane number 3 really quick. Lane number 3 has Tyler Ledette from Riverside. He's kind of the leader at this moment. It's a matter of a couple hundredths of a second. At this point, this is no question. Nobody really knows what's going to happen.
It's anyone's race, but you'll see lane 3 and 4 coming out. The 2 leaders, just really long strokes. They're trying to be efficient here. Obviously, they have to be fast, but over 5 minutes, they can't give everything in the first 1 minute.
Yeah, no, the first 1 minute, that's what can really make and break your race right here, isn't it? The 5, 4, and 3 now, looking a little bit even. 5 has been a little bit slower than 3 and 4, but Coach, I think you're right. Nice long strokes, nothing too aggressive just yet, and I think they're saving a little bit in the tank here as the line starts to get a little bit disfigured. But again, look at lane number 8 now, Nolan Choman. He is also in the mix. He's kind of in the front of that second pack, if you will. There's no real peloton at this point, not to draw a comparison to cycling, but there's no big group. There's just kind of 2 separate times here, Coach.
Yeah, we've got a pretty straight group for the first place slot, and then everybody else following in a straight line behind them.
Yeah, well, maybe we do have the peloton forming behind them, if you will. But I will finish with my my comments of comparison here as we head into the 9th lap, and then the 10th lap will be coming up here.
An interesting difference in technique if we look at these leaders. We see in lane 4 a very symmetrical technique. And then in the lanes around him, 3 and 5 have much more of an asymmetrical stroke where they're leaning far more on one shoulder than on the other. And there is no right or wrong. You see these athletes are able to have success with all kinds of different strokes here.
Yeah, and I oftentimes I played baseball growing up, and when I was swimming water polo, I favored a lot of times my right arm because that was the strongest arm that I had. I could throw with it, but I could also swim the best with it. So being able to hold the ball in my left arm as I'm kind of grabbing for water, you're completely right. There's really no right or wrong. It's whatever you're going to be able to use effectively at this point in the race.
Yep, and you'll notice that a lot of these guys have a preferred side that they breathe. They may always breathe to their left or to their right.
Yeah. Well, lane number 3, that's Tyler Ledette. He is still holding on a little bit. It's still a tight luck battle between Marku Halunga and you were just saying it, Tyler Ledette. Let's look exactly where he's breathing. Every single time, he's looking to the left. Every single time. That's how he's swimming. You were completely right. He's kind of favoring that right arm. That's his big stroke that he's able to get out and get his head out of the water.
And clearly it works for him.
Yeah.
He's still holding a pace. He still has a slight lead possibly over lane 4. As we come into the final 100 here, they're going to flip at the 16th lap here.
Yeah, final 100 coming up. You are completely right, Coach. And there's no really clear-cut winner. At this point in the race, you got a couple more laps. Anybody can make a turn and start aggressively going for it, but we do start to see the leaders kind of break away. This was a very important turn here as we get to the final 4.
Yeah, and now breathing to his left. He can see lane 4 there. They're both looking at each other when they breathe. They know where they are.
Yeah, that is going to be far and away the leaders of the group. Don't count out lane number 5, Samuel Slezak. He's also fighting for it as we get into the final 2 laps of this race, and we are getting down to the wire. It's all or nothing here in the men's 500-yard freestyle championship. The times are going to be impeccable here, and it's really important to check that out as lane number 4 with Marku Halunga is starting to get a little bit of a length forward on Tyler Ledette. Tyler Ledette, he is going to be digging with everything he's got here as we get into the final half of the lap, and it's going to be coming down to the final little bit here. Marku Halunga, he's going to take it away, and the championship will remain with Las Positas College at a 4:35.09. He had a 4:35.55, so swimming basically the exact same pace, exact same way.
Yeah, on average, this heat much faster than Heat 1, but you're right. Heat 1 would have taken second place, the consolation final.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's going to come away with 9th today.
So, but look at these times. Nobody over 4:40. That's the crazy part, Coach. I mean, goodness gracious.
They're all within 5 seconds of each other, and just some gritty racing at the end there.
Yeah, well, you got to tip your hat to Tyler Ledette. He definitely put his 2 cents in and said, I am definitely in this mix. 4:36.77. That's a matter of a second here. I mean, that's close.
He came to race. He was out ahead for a majority of the race, and he just didn't quite have enough to hold on at the end there. Good job, lane 4.
Well, that's going to do it for the men's 500-yard freestyle. Event 5 coming up here in just a few moments. Coach, it's the women's 200-yard individual medley.
This race has a special spot in my heart.
Okay.
This will be 2 lengths of all 4 of the competition strokes, which is just it's a test of how good of a swimmer you really are.
Right.
You have to have speed, but you also have to have the right technique for 4 very different types of swimming.
So, Coach, you start in backstroke, then you go to breaststroke, butterfly.
We're actually going to start with the butterfly.
Oh, with the butterfly. Okay.
And then the backstroke, then the breaststroke, and then the freestyle.
Okay. Well, you know better than I do. I had it written down wrong.
No, that is only a small mistake. When we do a relay, we start with the backstroke.
Oh,
but on the individual medley, we start with the butterfly.
Well, see?
And you learn.
Now I know. So,
we start with the hardest stroke. The
Okay.
butterfly tends to be the physically most demanding stroke, so we get it done right away.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's a fight. You're fighting for position at that point, and I'm sure you're not even thinking about anybody. It's just like get through that one so that you can start looking at what's going on in the race.
It's just there's so many different strategies in the IM because one swimmer might be better at the backstroke and another better at the breaststroke. So we're going to see a lot of people going out fast in the fly if that's their strength, or maybe trying to just hold on, like you said, if maybe they're better in the breaststroke later on in the race.
Right. Well, we are going to take a step away from the booth for just a moment. We will be right back. Nobody freak out. Nobody go anywhere. We're really excited. Coach, I do know we're going to mention something. Green Valley Swim Club, you got a website. You want to plug it a little bit here?
Yeah, I work as a recreational swim coach. I teach kids from 4 years old all the way up to 18 how to swim at Green Valley Swim Team. We're in Fountain Valley. And if you're interested in any information or if you'd like some lessons, you can check me out at flowstateswim.com.
Okay, Flow State Swim.
Flow State Swim.
All one word.
All one word.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you can book a lesson or anything straight from there.
Coach, I might have to get back into swimming.
We'd love to have you.
Well, we will return in just a few moments. They're giving out the championship awards and announcements, and I'm so excited. Individual medley coming up. And we are underway for the first heat of the women's 200-yard individual medley. Gabrielle Mino, Marlena King, Claire Athley, and then we'll go to the fourth is Elena Pena, and Isabella Willems, Sky Griffin, Evelyn Mitsuda, and Kristen Fiola. Coach, we're in the second part of this. We got the the second probably hardest stroke here. How important is it now on this third length?
Well, as they're going into the backstroke, we're going to see a big difference in where they were on the fly. So some people turned, a full 3 seconds behind others after that fly. And now on the backstroke, they'll get a chance to catch their breath as their face is out of the water for the entire 2 lengths.
Yeah, Elena Pena, she's now finally into her last little bit here on the backstroke.
We'll see here in the IM, a lot of times the breaststroke will make or break the event. There's a big difference between a good breaststroker and an average breaststroker, so we'll really see who's got the legs for this breaststroke.
This is so important that you make sure your rhythm and your balance in the water is correct as you're driving yourself forward in the breaststroke. This is so physically taxing. You got to understand exactly how much you're breathing here every single time that you take a stroke on the breaststroke.
Yeah, many consider the breaststroke to be the most technically difficult of the strokes. You'll see a lot of differences in technique. Some people gliding longer in the front and some people taking a shorter and faster tempo.
Well, no clear-cut winner at the moment, but Elena Pena definitely, I hope I'm saying that last name right. It might be Pena, might be Pena.
Either way, yeah. She looks to be dominant going into the freestyle, and we'll see if she can hold it here for 2 lengths.
But Sky Griffin, she's in the number 6 position. That's with Diablo Valley College, and I had a couple friends that I made from Diablo Valley College kind of instructed me on a little bit of the structure and organization here, and I got to say thank you so much to them during this, because this broadcast is partially helped by that. It wasn't even like that big of a thing, but somebody you meet here. And we head into the final little bit of the race, and the times are in. So heat number 1 is over, and 4:14.76 for the first run. Elena Pena from Palomar College, 2:16. She's improved on 2 seconds from her time. In the second place position, you have a very close race between second place and third place. It's 5th and 6th with a 2:17.30 and a 2:17.32, and that was Sky Griffin and Isabella Willems, respectively, with their scores. Well, we are done with the heat number 1, and now this is it, the hot tamale.
The championship final.
Championship final. It doesn't get any more stressful than this. Well, some people live for these kind of moments, Coach. 200 yards between yourself and a gold medal. How tasty is that gold medal?
Oh, these girls have thought about it a lot of times, and right behind that block, they have nothing but focus about what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Well, we'll set the lineup now. In lane number 1, Jessie Nelson from Riverside College. She's a freshman with a 2:16.41. Second lane, Reva Rayner, freshman from Santa Monica College. She's a 2:14.18. Goodness gracious, that's an improvement of 2 seconds on the lane number 1. Lane number 3 is Stanislava Holsthauser. I'm going to absolutely just hold my breath on that one. From Santa Rosa College. All names, they're in the firing line from my enunciation, so I apologize profusely. But from Santa Rosa College, 2:12.51. And then in lane number 5, Emma Hart. She's from Palomar, a freshman, 2:08.51. She's only 0.2 of a second off from the leader. In lane number 6, Raiza Akatsu from Santa Monica College, 2:13.50. Lane number 7, Kinata Daughtry. She's a sophomore from Hartnell, 2:15.24. And lane number 8, Sage Cruz from Sierra College, 2:16.42. And, of course, in lane number 4, Courtney Seljeseth from De Anza College. She's a 2:08.31. Look at lane 4 and 5 to be the big battle here. That's 2:08.31 and 2:51, respectively.
And great underwater from lane 5. Had quite some distance on that first length. Let's see if she does it again here on lane 2.
Oh, a little bit of a tough turn there, huh?
Yeah, it sure looked like it.
Yeah.
But really far underwater.
Yeah, and
great lung capacity.
Coach, you see that she was kicking underwater almost to past halfway in the pool as we get into our second part, the backstroke.
And she may just do that on the backstroke as well. These athletes are trained to kick in a streamline underwater.
Yeah, and she is in that battle right there. Look at lane 5 and 4. That's pretty much our 2 leaders here at this point. Anybody's game definitely at this point of the race. But look at them. They're just kicking underwater, going for it. I mean, I couldn't hold my breath that long. Goodness.
It's a challenge, but it turns out that kicking in a streamline is actually one of the fastest things you can do in the pool.
Right. You become a little bit more hydrodynamic. You streamline yourself, and that's the best way to get through tougher strokes as well, I'm sure.
It turns out that drag is our worst enemy at high speed, so we need to be streamlined.
Yeah. Well, into the most technical part of the race. That's what we were talking about just a second ago.
And we can see it here. Look at lane 4 with her chest up high and pressing that stroke out aggressively, whereas lane 5 really just a lot smoother and gliding through. And we'll see how that pays off as they come into the freestyle.
Yeah, and it looks like you're completely correct, Coach. Lane number 5 with Emma Hart, maybe not her best stroke, but she goes underwater, kicks a huge length of the pool, and is just trying to keep it relevant with Courtney Seljeseth.
She was ahead at the backstroke, but has lost it in the breast, and we'll see if she can catch back up.
All right, here we go into the freestyle. Courtney Seljeseth still a little bit ahead, but it's a matter of a couple tenths of a second, 20 tenths of a second at this time. And they are getting into the final turn here of the freestyle.
Wow.
And it is just a little bit length ahead, and we will find out in the last couple seconds. Pay attention to lane number 5, Emma Hart. She's digging for that first place position, but cutting a little bit to the inside of her lane, and that might have been a little bit dangerous. Did she lose time? I don't know. We're going to have to look up at the clock. Oh! Coach, it is a matter of
16,100.
2:16. Goodness gracious. Well, in first place of the championship of the women's 200-yard individual medley, Courtney Seljeseth takes first place with a 2:07.05.
And just a great example of what I was talking about. We saw a strong backstroker in lane 5 and then a breaststroker coming in and taking over.
Yeah.
What a competitive race.
Yeah, knowing what you're good at, taking advantage, and you got to tip your hat to Emma Hart. She knew where her disadvantage was. She's a good freestyle. You could tell she was really good in the freestyle. It was that advantage that I think Seljeseth had in the butterfly that really put her above and beyond.
Yeah, it sure looked like it, yeah. And that really gets me excited to see what these guys have in store for us tonight.
Yeah, well, that's just coming up here in a few moments. Event number 6. Man, you know how many events we have today, Coach?
Tell me.
10 events.
10 events, all right.
We're just
halfway
through.
Oh, man.
I've had a smile on my face, and I think you have too, basically the entire way.
It's hard not to cheer for these athletes. Man, they're giving it all tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, and there should be nothing short of any type of celebration for these guys and girls afterwards. I mean, gosh, what a great event. You gotta say El Camino or East Los Angeles College. They have put on quite the event. Indoor pool here, a little bit humid on the inside, but gosh, what a nice facility. They have the underwater. All the viewers have been privy to see. Coach, have you seen it? Have you seen our underwater camera?
It's a blast to watch them underwater. You can see such detail. Yeah, this facility is premier facility in Southern California. It's always great to be here.
East Los Angeles College, they are the ones putting on the event, and we've been to a number of facilities around Southern California. The junior college is, known for these kind of events. It's really great. The other one, water polo this year, was at Southwestern College down in Chula Vista, California. We were about 10 minutes from Mexico. It was party on the entire weekend. But another great event that we get to cover every single year. I get excited for water polo. Sorry, little bit biased there.
Yeah, absolutely. A fun sport in itself. I'm going to have to say I'm a little biased towards swimming.
I know. Well, you have your own swim team. I mean, gosh, if I had my own swim team, I think I'd be very excited as well.
There you go.
But event number 6, men's 200-yard individual medley. Let's set up the lineups. All right, you ready? Lane number 1 is Gregory Ciros. I think that's how you would say the T and the S together. From Sierra College, freshman, 1:59.30 on his time. Second lane is Charles Fleming, also from Sierra College. He's a sophomore with a 1:57.50. Third lane, Thomas Kelly, freshman from Golden West College, 1:55.52. Lane number 5, Andrew Morris from Santa Rosa College. He's a freshman, had a 1:55.45. Lane number 6, Andrew Lopez from Cuesta College. He's a sophomore, 1:55.76. Lane number 7, Marcus Stechenberger from Mount San Antonio College. He's a freshman, 1:58.67. And lane number 8, Jason Matsuda. He's from Mount San Antonio College as well, with a freshman with a 1:59.44. And finally, lane number 4, Zachary Zuhar Kerr from Las Positas College. Las Positas, that's a name that we've heard a little bit here. They had good swim program.
They came to compete this weekend, it looks like.
Yeah. We got a number of the tents up in the background, too. I'm sure you guys can see them in the background. Man, a lot of these colleges representing themselves. In Las Positas, they had like the ultimate setup in the corner on the right side there. You can see the Las Positas, I think it's a falcon. And they have their giant logo. And it looks like they brought an entire bus as well. Like 500 people showed up just for Las Positas College. But we will take a quick break. I need to grab a water, and of course, there's water in the pool. It should be readily available.
Not recommended to drink.
Okay, well, I will have to go grab a cold water, and I will be right back, and we will be right back in just a few moments for the men's 200-meter heat number 1 individual medley. And we are off. 200-meter individual medley. Coach, you raced this race.
This was one of my specialty races, yeah. And it looks like we had a really competitive prelim if we have no guys over 2 minutes coming into this final event.
Yeah, this is as competitive as it gets. And I got to say, the difference between this, the heat number 1 and heat number 2, is actually a matter of 10 seconds. And I can't believe that that's what we're looking at here. 1:49 was the fastest score in heat number 1. We get into the backstroke, no clear leader yet, but that 3 and 4 lane look like they're going to be check that. 5 and 4 lane are going to be quite competitive here into the backstroke.
Yeah, lane 5 has a very natural and laid back backstroke. I really like the way his arms are stretching out on every stroke there.
Andrew Morris, he's from Santa Rosa College, 1:55.45 on the first time around today. This is a heat number 1 of 2 heats.
And let's see if we have a strong breaststroker who can dominate here.
This is probably a chance for a guy to really stretch out if this is their stroke, huh?
Yeah, you can make or break the IM. And again, we see lane 4 right away, even on the first link, has caught up that deficit he had in the backstroke.
Zalhar Kerr definitely picking up some speed here. This might be his strongest stroke. This might be why he is actually known in this race as the race leader here. And he is just a little bit ahead. I have to admit, Andrew Morris, he's still in the competitive. It's all going to come down to freestyle here, as they seem to be well and away the far best 2 swimmers in the pool right now. and it is going to be lane number 4, Zachary Zuhar Kerr from Las Positas College. He is in first place. It's all down to this final turn and this final swim, and Zachary Zuhar Kerr is looking to be the best freestyle swimmer. He's cutting into his lane a little bit to the right, but he is going to correct it, and that will be the final thing, barring any tragedy, but I don't think he's going to go directly to the bottom of the pool, and that's going to be it. So he swam a 152.67. That's going to improve on his earlier score of 155.01. The next closest guy was Andrew Morris at 154.03. So, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, after turning in second place after the backstroke, he had a really strong breaststroke, and then actually increased his lead on the freestyle. Yeah, so a really good strategy on that race for him. He maybe knew that he wasn't going to be ahead in the backstroke, but put himself in a position to take it home.
Just keep fighting hard and just give yourself the opportunity to fight back, and that's exactly what he did. And it was, again, it's a matter of a second at that point. You know, the final score came down to 52.67. You're almost to 53. Final score 54.03 for Andrew Morris. I mean, that's a second .4.
Yeah, when we talk about 1 or 2 seconds difference, can feel like a big difference at this level, but all of these athletes are just so spectacular.
Yeah. And if you make any tactical error, especially down the length of the pool, the turn is important.
There's no margin for error at this level.
Well, we're done with heat number 1. It's time for the championship round, the final of the 200-yard individual medley. We have Caleb Wolfinger. He's in lane number 1 from Sierra College, freshman, 154.49. Lane number 2, Max Basile from Hancock College. He's a 153.71. In lane number 3, this is Serboljub Filipovic. Man, I'm going to slap myself for that one. Golden West sophomore, he's got a 153.36. So you're already seeing scores that are in the top of the heat number 1. And lane number 5, Alec Mortensen from West Valley College. He's a freshman, 151.77. Matthew Simpson, he's in lane number 6 from Orange Coast College, 153.69. Lane number 7, Lathan Skehan from Sierra College, 154.11. And lane number 8, Thomas Townsend from American River College, 154.76. In lane number 4, Jake Reuter from Sierra College, 149.01. I mean, goodness. So that's going to set the table. We are in the breaststroke, Coach.
Yeah, we're on the butterfly, and I mean, you don't go a 149 without going fast. So you will see lane 4 coming out aggressive right from lap number 1.
So butterfly, the first portion of this will switch into backstroke now, and it is obvious that Jake Reuter is definitely a guy who can post a 149 score as he continues to bring up the lead here, and he's just quick in the backstroke as well.
Yeah, hey, maybe he'll be the one who needs to try to hold on the breaststroke here. We'll see how strong he is.
Yeah, Alec Mortensen, he's fighting for second place, but then look down at lane number 6, Matthew Simpson from Orange Coast College. It was a 153. Can he improve on his score? Backstroke looks a little bit better than Mortensen.
Yeah, we've got a group of really nice backstrokers here.
Yeah, that looked really smooth.
Yeah,
sometimes,
but not slow.
Yeah,
very
not
fast
slow.
backstrokers.
Right, here we go. We're into the breaststroke.
Yeah, and lane 6 can also breaststroke. This is going to be a good race.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see almost in a half of pool's length on just that pull out underwater. These guys, that takes a little bit of lung capacity, which will tax you a little bit, and we'll see.
Alex Mortensen a little bit slow here in this round. It's all going to come down to the freestyle. Matthew Simpson, he's the next closest guy to Jake Reuter. Jake Reuter, he's in first place for now, but here we go. Alec Mortensen, he's going to be getting some time back here, and he's pushing everything he's got in lane number 5. This is going to be a tight race coming into the final length here. Turning and pushing off is Jake Reuter. Reuter's got a little bit of a length here, but lanes 5 and 6 are still quickly in pursuit. It's nobody's race just yet. Alex Mortensen, he's pushing to the end. Is he going to be able to do it down to the final second? And 49.84, 49.56. It's lane number 5. Alec Mortensen comes away with it. Holy Toledo. Coach.
From third place after the breaststroke, and what a freestyle.
Oh my gosh.
Coming away with a 149. I have to
God.
imagine that's a career swim for the young man.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
the freestyle just bringing everything he had in that final little bit there.
Yeah, you can hear the excitement here in the stadium.
Well, we will set the table, at least for now. The 6th position was Matthew Simpson. He had a 1:51.09, and he was the third person in that conversation. Nobody knew, I don't think.
Yeah, and I mean, a 151 is also for him, it represents a great swim.
Yeah, he swam last time a 1:53.69 to shave off 2 seconds.
He can't be upset with something like that. It looks like a great swim for him.
Yeah, so let's look. I'm going to look at the board here. 7th lane was 1:52.40. That looks like that was probably the next best score. Yep, lane number 3, 1:52.56. Lane 8, 1:53.00. So not too bad. And then lane 2, 1:53.87, and lane 1, 1:54.01. So that was
a competitive race. From first to last there.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Yeah, I'm not complaining whatsoever. That's we were talking about earlier. This is so exciting.
Yeah, the IM just offers opportunities for lead changes and for exciting finishes.
Very happy we could cover that. We have event number 7 coming up in just a few moments. This is the women's 50-yard freestyle, the fast race. Coach, tell me about it.
This should be less than 25 seconds. They're going to dive in. They're going to pull as hard as they can. They're going to breathe as little as they can. Just who's the strongest and fastest.
Well, we have a fast round coming up. We will see you guys in just a few moments. I'm going to go grab my water. Well, it is the fastest event in the water.
That's right, 50 freestyle, only 2 lengths. Yeah, no room for any error here. We're gonna see what these girls got, like most perfection they've got.
Yeah, this is a big deal here, and I think we have a update, at least on the women's 50-yard freestyle for the heat number 1. In lane number 8, we have a alternate, which is going to be Brandy White from Orange Coast College. So in the bottom 3 lanes, you have Orange Coast College coming straight abreast. They will be the ones at the bottom of the pool. From the top, it's going to be Ashlyn C. Well, I don't even have time to announce the names. We're going to have to get into that for heat number 2. We're going to see the final little bit of this race as we get into the final lengths. And that's going to be it. Lane number 4.
Yeah, I mean, with less than 25 seconds, you really don't have a whole lot of time to blink on this event.
Yeah.
And you'll see between 1st and 8th place here, we have just about 1 second.
Well, first place of that heat is going to go to Beatrix Frannis. She's from Martin College. She's a sophomore. She had a 24.86, and she posts a 24.80. So an improvement on her time by 0.0.
Hey, we'll count that.
Yeah, 0.06. Yeah. Improvement nonetheless. Heat number 2 ready to kick off. This is the championship. Ruby Gonzalez will be in lane number 1 from Santa Rosa College. She's a sophomore, 24.59. Olivia Kahn, she's a freshman from Foothill, and I believe actually might be able to catch me on this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she plays water polo at Foothill. I may be incorrect, but I think I recognize that name. Emily Lester from Santa Monica College, 24.40. In lane number 5, Jillian Lambert from Sequoias College. She's a freshman, 24.26. And lane number 6, Alessandra Flishman from Palomar College, 24.43. Lane number 7, Emma Jeffries. She's a freshman from Bakersfield, 24.53. And lane number 8, McKenna Bloom. She's from Santa Barbara. She's a freshman, 24.64. And in lane number 4, Camry Busset from Sierra College. She's a sophomore, 24.13. I'm going to say something here, Coach. Every single swimmer is in the 24s. There's no 25s, no 26s.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously anybody's race. In this short of a distance, we're looking for a perfect dive and a perfect turn, and just some way you can separate yourself from this pack, which is all within 1 second.
Now, this is going to be a very fast race, sub 25 for the women's heat number 2. This is the 50-yard freestyle. It doesn't get any more fun to watch than this.
It's exciting. It's quick. Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep up. These girls are probably faster than I can even talk.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Well, keep an eye out for that lane number 3, 4, and 5. The girls will get on the blocks and ready to jump into the pool. And they're off. 50 yards. We're almost halfway through. Hard to believe it. Kicking, it's anybody's race at this point. These girls all swim 24-second times. Can they spin and turn? It's going to be coming down to the final seconds here. And lane number 4 is not the lane in front. It's going to be lane number 5. Potentially, is it going to be Jillian Lambert? She has a little bit of an edge. She might be ahead of it. Is it? Lane number 6, a 23.91, Coach.
Yeah, she came back on that second lap with some absolute speed, lane 6.
Yeah, lane 6 is Alessandra Flishman. I looked down. I thought I had number 6, Jillian Lambert. She's also Jillian Lambert, lane number 5. That's where my eyes were. She was a 24.01. That's a matter of .1.
I mean, in a quarter second between first and third there. We're absolute dead heat.
Oh, man. Well,
under 24. That's a respectable time.
That is, yes, that is a respectable time. We are done with the women's heat. The championship obviously goes to Alessandra Flishman from Palomar College with a 23.91. I mean, look, you can see the board. All the viewers, go back to that board, Gillette. Go back to the board. Give it to me. I mean, that.
That's right. Lane 8 falling just above 25, but everybody else as even as it gets. And we should see it even tighter in the men's if they're all going fast tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. These girls, they absolutely raced their hearts out. I mean, that was nothing shy but impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. To empty your fuel tank in that short of a time takes a different skill.
Yeah. Well, we will head to the men's 50-yard freestyle in just a few moments here. That heat number 1, it's a 21-second 50 yards.
Wow.
What did you swim, Coach? Do you know?
My best 50 freestyle was about 21, maybe 21.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would maybe barely make it here tonight.
Yeah, and that just goes to show these athletes nowadays training like completely different than we ever did.
The sport has definitely improved since I have retired. Yeah.
But, the cool thing about swimming is it's universal. You can do it at any age. You can do it at any time.
That's right. I was just out at the Masters at the championship, the national championship for, all ages last weekend, and I was watching 84-year-old men swim the mile.
Oh, my gosh. How was that?
It was slow, but it was cool to see.
Yeah, these guys going out there just, and they're probably in sicker shape than any one of us. I mean,
hey, to be doing anything that you love for that long in your life, it's just amazing to see.
Yeah, no. You are completely on it, Coach. Well, we'll set up the lineup. They're giving out the final awards. I just want to get ahead of the game here because it's just like, goodness gracious. You can't announce them while they're swimming.
That's right. There's no time.
It's over by that point. So, heat number 1. In lane number 1 will be Caleb Tracy. He's from Sierra College. He's a sophomore, 21.43 in heat number 1. Also, I do want to note, 21 is the average score in heat number 1. Heat number 2. We have a guy at 1997 from Orange Coast College. We're going to get there in just a moment. Coach, 19 seconds.
What a treat to see someone under 20. Let's hope we see it tonight.
Yeah, I want to see it again. Jairo Inoki, he will be in lane number 2 in heat number 1. Sophomore from Santa Monica College, 21.40. Lane number 3, Jacob Thulian. He's a freshman from Shasta College, all the way in NorCal, 21.40. In lane number 5, Zachary Welch. He's from Sequoias College. He's 21.31. He's a freshman. In lane number 6, Vincent Pogson, American River College. He's a sophomore, 21.40. And then in lane number 7, Kevin Brunia. He's a sophomore from Palomar College, 21.43. And in lane number 8, Jonah Grove, freshman from Sierra College. He's a 21.49. And finally, lane number 4, Christopher Nehart, freshman, Sierra College, 21.21.
Wow.
And that's a good time.
21-21, yeah, at prelims today, you have to imagine he's looking to see 20 point on that board when he finishes tonight.
And this is, I would imagine this is the kind of race where the first time that you go, you're just going to swim pretty good. You're just trying to get in the mix, get a good score, but I'm guessing not totally gas yourself. This is a little different, right?
It's not like the 500 where you can maybe pace yourself at prelims. You kind of just have to let it all out there and see what happens,
If you drown, is it acceptable?
We got lifeguards here, even though it's a high-level swim meet. We are prepared for such a situation.
I feel like I would be the kind of swimmer who would just jump in the pool, try to go as hard as you can, and then swallow just an entire gallon of water and just sink like a rock.
Yeah, that's a bad strategy if you're trying to race fast.
Really?
Yeah, as it turns out.
I thought you said under the water you're a little more hydrodynamic.
Correct. At some point, come on up for a breath.
Okay. Well, oxygen might be important, especially for
But you will see a lot of these guys, they may not take a breath in this entire lap. I mean,
really?
Under 21 seconds, you really don't need the oxygen. If they're willing to handle the pain,
it's
you
a
might
full
just
exhale,
put their head underwater the whole way and just go.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. It's especially when you do a sprint or something, when you're really at the pinnacle and the apex of hard running, you're not breathing in as much as you're actually breathing out, and it's you forcing that bad air out of your body and only giving as little bit as you need to continue to going. It's about stressing your muscles out in that quick little
That's right.
short. Yeah.
That's right. There's really just not even enough time for that oxygen you breathe in to be useful to your muscles.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to be tired after
Right.
2 laps.
Yeah, they always say my relation would be boxing in this regard. It's man, in 20 seconds of boxing, you're breathing so heavily, but I'll relate it to something else because I have to think about this too out of control. In baseball, when I played pitcher in college, that's what I did. And you're not breathing throughout the emphasis of your pitch. It's afterwards.
Yeah.
It's before and afterwards. Ooh, we're going to have a camera on us, apparently. We need to be photogenic. All right. Here we go. And there we are, our beautiful mugs in the broadcast booth. I'm definitely dressed for a swim event. I think I'm ready to go. I should get ready to go for this swim. What do you think?
You look like a swim coach there.
I've got the swim coach bod.
Yeah, and
post-career.
the polo shirt. Yeah, I've seen it.
Awesome. Well, ready to go. Heat number 1. Swimmers are on their marks. What are you thinking about in this moment right here, Coach?
For me, I'm just trying to hit the water like sharp with my streamline and come up with some speed. It's not a lot of time to think about the stroke here. You're just going to do what you're trained to do.
All right. Heat number 1 of the men's 50-yard freestyle. They're getting set and ready to go. Hands are down at the base of the block. Lane number 4, Christopher Nehart. He had a 21-21, but there's no separation between anybody in this line except for a couple tenths of a second. And here we go. We're into the first lap, and these guys were underwater for probably half of it already. And here they go with the spin and turn, and it is going to be a couple guys abreast, and we're not going to know until the clock actually gives us the final answer, I don't think, Coach.
Oh, it's going to be too hard to tell without a touchpad here. Maybe lane 4.
Lane 4, yeah. Christopher Nehart, he's going to be first on the...
Oh!
Wow.
21:01.
21:01, 21:16. That's the difference between first and second place. First place, obviously, going to Nehart here. Swimmer number 6 is in second place, and that's going to be Vincent Pogson from American River College. Swimmer number 7, Kevin Brunia from Palomar. He had a 21:21, so the exact same score Nehart had in the first one. And down the line, swimmer number 3 is Jacob Thulian from Shasta College. He had a 21:28. Fifth place is swimmer number 5, Sullivan Moore, with a 21:30.
I mean, it goes to show you that you got to go fast here tonight, because if he had gone the same time as he did this morning, he would not be our champ, our consolation champion. That's right, he'd get third instead of first. So, yeah, you got to bring it tonight.
All right, let's set things up. This is it. Oh yeah, Christopher Nehart, he was the champion. Yes, we did announce it. Gillette's in my ear. I hear voices inside of my head occasionally. Everybody online it's okay. All right, heat number 2, Jacob Fenciel from Sierra College. He had a 21:01. He's in lane number 1. Lane number 2, Andrew Espinoza. He's from Sierra College, 20:82. Lane number 3, Joshy Peters, freshman from Sequoias College, 20:76. Lane number 5, Sullivan Moore from Long Beach College. He's a freshman, 20:62. Lane number 6, Evan Thierry from Sierra College, sophomore, 20:82. So lane number 7, Elijah De Vieira from Riverside College. He's a freshman, 20:96. And lane number 8, Dane Howell, sophomore from Orange Coast College, 21:03. And, of course, lane number 4, Evan Smith from Orange Coast College. He had a 19:97, Coach. That's so fast.
That's a time I'm really excited to see here tonight. Let's hope he's got it here.
Let's see if he can do it the second time around. That's really what it comes down to, isn't it?
That's an elite level time. Yeah, let's see it.
We are about to be underway. Ethan Smith on the block, and he is in the water. He was not the first one out of the dive. He is underwater for a huge portion of this swim. He is in first place as it stands right now, and they're going to be coming down into the final lengths. And here we go. Ethan Smith, he's underwater. Look at him go underwater. He's digging for the final little bit here. Is he going to have enough? And he does. He touches the wall. 1981 does it again. And just behind him, Coach, is Jacob Thulian with a 20:31. That was second place.
Wow, to be a half a second ahead of a final like this, he's in a league of his own here tonight. That underwater was impressive.
Gosh, he was
on
swimming
both
3/4 of the length of the pool.
Wow, with such speed.
Yeah, that is just, wow, look at him, Ethan Smith. You know, what's funny is he knows.
Yeah, he's content with that. That's a good race.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. If you look at the difference between first, second, and third place, Coach, it's 20:31, 20:58. I mean, 20:64, fourth place? Fifth place, 20:75. Sixth place, 20:90. Seventh place, 21:20. And eighth place, 21:61. But, like, that.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost as much difference between first and second as there is for the rest of that heat. It was a spectacular race from lane 4 there, Ethan Smith.
Man, all right, we're done with the fastest races in the West. It's over. I can breathe a little bit, right? Is that
there? A brief pause before we get back into some exciting relays, though.
Yeah, and you are not kidding. Let's talk about the relays really quick. We had the 500 relay or not 500. We had the 200.
The 200 freestyle relay earlier.
Yeah, that's right. And this is the medley.
Right.
A little bit different. Medley, we talked about the order. Go into that a little bit because the order now, it's a little bit different. For the individual medley, it's different order, but it's
Correct.
also, it's very dependent on what your stroke that you are the best at or the strokes that you are the best at, how you can take advantage of them in the order.
Yes.
Talk about it now for the 400.
So now the 400 is going to be more of a test of how the coach has built their team. We only have to swim one individual stroke, but does your team have a great backstroker and a great breaststroker and a great butterflyer? And, tonight we didn't get to see any of the 100-yard distances for the individual strokes. So this will be a nice little preview of the things to come. We'll see some of the elite level talent here.
Yeah, everybody do not go away. We are here the whole weekend. We got 3 days of this. We got the finals of dive. That'll be it for dive tomorrow. The 1 meter and the 3 meter. I'm not sure if we have commentary for that. We'll find out. We might pop on with the British accents later. Maybe, maybe not. That was me and Shalette the entire time. We're just having a great time. It's very similar to, I feel like a golf aesthetic when you see dive.
Yes.
It's very, you got to appreciate
polite
the finer
clap.
things. Yeah, light clap. Appreciate the finer things in life. And a lot of it looks excellent. I mean, these guys and girls, newfound respect for diving. I don't think I've ever truly paid too close attention. Of course, I was a water polo player.
That's
I'm
right.
the toughest. I'm the baddest. I'm the best. That's what it is.
It's easy to look at the divers and think they have life easy,
Yeah.
but that is a scary and very technically demanding sport.
It looks
Respect.
like, gosh, you see them, they flip over and all of a sudden they skim their toes or hit their feet or knees
That's
on the
right.
diving board. I mean, goodness gracious.
I mean, good form is to be as close to that board as you can,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is scary.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're into it. Women's 400-yard medley relay. Nobody's ready just yet, but I think the teams are getting warm in the pool adjacent. We're going to get into the heat one. It's going to be College of the Sequoias in lane number 1, Grossmont College in lane number 2, San Diego Mesa College in lane number 3, American River College in lane number 5, Palomar College in lane number 6, Diablo Valley College in number 7, and San Joaquin Delta College in lane number 8. Now, lane number 4, Los Positas College. We've heard their name a lot. Their giant tent in the corner has been very daunting. A lot of really good swimmers, and they're right there in the mix for heat number 1. The conversation of time here is a matter of a second across the board pretty much here.
Yeah, I mean, amongst 4 different swimmers swimming all different strokes, and we still have a heat that, within 4 seconds we'll see separates this pack.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be impressive. I'm really looking towards the second heat. I'm looking forward for it. That's going to be a good one as well. These girls are swimming within a couple seconds of each other. In Santa Barbara City College, we're going to see them in just a few moments after the first heat is over. But they have an impressive time, 3:58 on the board.
10 seconds ahead of the pack. Yeah, that should be quite the race to watch.
Yeah. And if not, that just might be the team to watch. If you're impressed in good swimming.
This is a real good indicator of how strong the team is, because if they're one of the best swimmers in all 4 of the different events, you have to assume they're going to have some success
Right.
in those events.
Yeah. Well, and man, so we have a very close heat coming up. We're going to take a quick break while they're getting set and ready to go. You're watching the SoCal College Sports coverage of the 3C2A Men's and Women's Dive Championship 2023. I'm Emery Johnson. I'm alongside Adam Gonzalez. Gosh, we have a great tournament coming up. Guys, stay tuned. we are ready. The girls getting everything squared away and set up. Coach, you mentioned something to me earlier, and I didn't even notice it because I'm just not even paying attention. What's going on here? There's a little device on top of the block here getting ready for the race. Is that for the backstroke?
That's right. They've added this little ledge for their toes so that no competitor's feet slip off the wall as they jump. They'll be able to really grip on there and get a great jump off the wall.
Yeah. Now, and lane number 7 doesn't have one. Is that up to the swimmer's discretion?
Absolutely. It's not required. It's just there for their help if they want it.
Oh, there we go. So, well, Diablo Valley College in the 7th lane. They've chosen not to do so, but I think it's up to the comfortability of the actual swimmer themselves. And we are underway as the 400 meter, that's 16 laps around the pool. A lot of work to be done here as we are underway. And lane number 5 is jumped out to an early lead, American River College, and they are in tight contention. Well, actually, I can't even say that they're in an early lead. Lane number 1, College of the Sequoias, always in the mix as well.
Yeah, with so much swimming to do here, it's hard to tell in the medley who's going to be ahead. But looks like lane 5 has a really strong backstroker here.
Right, and this is four laps apiece, correct?
4 lengths of the pool for each athlete. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a long time, and now we see the girls getting ready to go.
Yeah.
They are getting ready in the next stroke. What's the next stroke, Coach?
Next we'll see the breaststrokers. This will be 100 yards of breaststroke coming on the blocks right now.
This is a very important phase of this race because breaststroke, very difficult. We talked about it. Breaststroke, butterfly. You have to be mechanically so sound, right?
Right. Now, technically, each team could put their best breaststroker forward, so we don't have the same limitation where maybe you're swimming the IM and you're weak at one stroke. But, yeah, we'll see some teams maybe fall behind or get ahead in this stroke.
Well, I will say lane number 5 looking very promising from American River College. That's Casey Ross right now. She's a freshman. She is right here in the middle of the breaststroke, and she has kind of moved into that first place position, though I have to say hot on her tail is that lane number 4, Las Positas College, and that's Ashley Sand as they're getting into the final two lengths of the pool for the breaststroke.
Yeah, lane 3 and 4 both making up ground on lane 5. She is holding out in front for now. She's doing her part for her team.
Yeah, this is the most crucial part, and look at that turn right there. Very big there for Las Positas College and Ashley Sand. Yeah. She might be making up that ground that's so crucial as we get into the butterfly.
That's right. Sure looks like lane 4 is going to be going into the butterfly first. Let's see if she can open up a bigger lead with her underwater here.
Lane 4 is in the water, quickly followed by American River College. Again, you're watching SoCal College sports coverage of the men's and women's swimming state championship here in 2023. American River College and Las Positas College locked in a arduous battle of position, and this is some good swimming in those lanes. Look at this lane. Look at the ground that Tavia Verawest is making up right here. She's actually gaining ground on Monica Urano, and this is going to be a very important final 2 laps right here.
Yeah, and we see lane 3 actually coming out with the fastest butterflyer of this particular heat.
Kylie Knight from San Diego.
Kylie Knight is really flowing with like a nice smooth rhythm here. I really like the way she's swimming this butterfly.
And Coach, it's going to be all down to the freestyle here and who's got the best freestyle swimmer. And it looks like lane number 4 is actually falling a little bit behind Monica Urano, not putting out the same amount of speed that Tavia Verawest is putting out and Kylie Knight. And that's going to be the big battle here. Lane number 3, Kylie Knight. It's going to be San Diego Mesa College and American River College in the pool first, followed by Las Positas. So Las Positas, a lot of work to make up here for Sarah Thompson there in the 4th lane. That's Tyann Barbich for American River College and Tori Brindell for San Diego Mesa. Brindell is in first place for the moment, but American River College.
Wow, they're going to flip at this last 50 together, and we'll see who's got the last 50 speed, lane 3 and lane 5.
We just got done with the 50-meter sprint, and here it is. This is the final little bit of the race. This giant heat 1 that has seemed so daunting in the beginning is now coming down to its very, very quick end, and here we go, the final couple seconds. these teams are going to be a lot ahead of pace.
Don't count out lane 6 here, too.
Lane 6 pushing for a fight here at the end, and that's going to be Alessandra Fleshman from Palomar College. She's digging for the head. Can she go all the way? She does. She has her head all the way out.
But unfortunately, looks like lane 6 with the fastest time will get a disqualification in this heat.
I would like an explanation.
There's so many reasons it could be. Probably the one swimmer jumped a little too early is the most likely explanation.
So 1:14.
That's going to be a 4:14.
Yeah, 4:14. Sorry,
yes.
the line is out. So a 4:14. They have shaved off. This is lane number 5, American River College and Tyann Barbich. 4:19 in the first run. 4:14, coach.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
More than a second per swimmer faster tonight. Yeah, they're looking good.
Second place going to go to San Diego Mesa College. That was a big shift. We were watching that lane number 3. Third place, lane number 4. That's Las Positas College. That team very, very well done. I mean, you got to say they ran a consistent race. They were 4:18.54. They're 4:18.10 here. So not a big disparity between the two teams, but my goodness, what a just good way to start things off.
Absolutely, and it shows the importance of doing things well here in swimming. One small mistake can take you from first to, unfortunately, last in the heat there.
Yeah, disqualified, but I got to say, it's that small mistake, and I mean, how much time you're really gaining or losing there, it might be actually almost. It might be negligible. I didn't have my eyes on it, and
I mean, they only were 0.4 faster, so it might have been that difference. So
absolutely.
we don't know. We just don't know.
Hey, you gotta tip your hat though. Alessandra Fleshman, I don't know if she was the one who made it. That was a heck of a swim there in the final.
Regardless of that small detail, she came blazing on that final leg.
Yeah. Well, we are done with the first heat. Second heat is the championship heat. It's Mount San Antonio College in the first lane. Then we have Orange Coast College in the second lane, Santa Barbara City College in the third lane, Sierra College in the fifth lane, Santa Rosa College in sixth, seventh lane, West Valley College, eighth lane, Riverside College, and the fourth lane is Santa Monica College. This is fixin' to be a big one here. And Sierra College, I'm sorry, if you guys have any swimmers who are going to win, the names are not inputted. This would be horrible. I don't even know what to announce.
That's right.
Coach.
Should have got the names in earlier.
I guess. Should have got the names in earlier. They're not inputted, but they are a team that is going to race. So here we go. We are underway. We start with the backstroke. Blocks are cleared. The device is off. We are watching lane number 3 break out to a little bit of a lead here as Santa Barbara City College, known for their swimming prowess, Isabella Orlando. She is the one who's leading things off for Santa Barbara City College.
We can really see how far she pushes her underwater streamlines. She's got a nose clip on, so no water's going up her nose, and she goes halfway or farther every lap.
Oh my goodness. That's taking advantage of your backstroke there. You're not as fast when you're in the backstroke at the top of the water.
That's right.
Underwater you are.
Surface tension cuts a lot of our speed, so if we can stay underwater there, we're a little bit quicker.
Wow.
We have to look forward to her in the backstroke events this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's coming up, guys. be aware. Here we go. Lane number 3 definitely ahead. They have their diver in the water now. They are, far and wide in first place at this time.
Yeah, full 4 seconds ahead after one leg is an eternity in swimming. So let's see what they can do to hold on.
Hold on a second. Check out lane number 4 right now. This is something important to note here. Breaststroke for lane number 4. That's Santa Monica College and Wilma Henriksen.
Yeah.
And she's picking up ground right now.
She is really hauling, trying to catch up here, and it looks like she will in this length even.
Lexi Pearson, she's in that lane number 3 with Santa Barbara City College, but my goodness, that is the 2 lanes to pay attention to, 3 and 4, as Santa Monica College is trying to get that position back. They have the time, and they are now in first place. I believe she turned first.
Yeah, she's going to touch first in this breaststroke after a really aggressive and fast leg. You can see her shooting her arms up and over that water, pushing forward towards the wall in every stroke.
Yeah, really, really mechanically sound, Coach. Is that what I'm reading here?
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand how to translate their power into speed on breaststroke, and she's got it.
Oh, wow, and watch this butterfly. This is coming from Santa Monica's Emma Kilmauskas.
Yeah, her hip movement here is generating a lot of power. You can see how much those hips are moving up and down with every stroke.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she is by far the fastest one here in the butterfly, and that's butterfly. It's all about power. It's all about how fast you can get your arms up over your head and just take as much water and shove it behind you.
That's right. You need a rhythm. You need a lot of power, and for 4 straight lengths, it takes some endurance as well.
Yeah. And here she goes. This is into the final length of the medley, at least on her part of the fight. Emma, she is almost done, and she has given. Man, Santa Monica College is by far in first place at this point.
We're seeing why they're seated 10 seconds ahead of the competition here. And it is worth noting that second and third here, we have another tight race. It'll come straight down to the freestyle for second and third.
I might need to add. I might need to just announce the second and third because I don't think there's going to be any question for Emily Lester. Or check that McKenna Bloom over there for Santa Barbara City College. Santa Monica College, or for Santa Monica College, I'm sorry. Emily Lester was the correct name. My goodness.
Yeah, barring some big mistake, lane 4 is going to run away from this, but we're going to see 3 and 5 flip together on the final 50 again.
Yeah, they are locked in a hot battle right now. Sierra College, I don't have a name for the swimmer, but I can tell you who's at who's in Santa Barbara City College, and that's lane number 3, McKenna Bloom. She's going to be the one who's swimming there for the third place in the third lane. In the fifth lane, again, can't tell you, don't have the name in front of me, unfortunately, but it's going to be a tight battle coming here into the final half of this final race, and we are seeing a little bit of an advantage given to McKenna Bloom, and she's going to be into the end of the pool. First place going to Santa Monica City College. Emily Lester able to finally touch the final timer at 3 minutes, 53 seconds, 89. That was, okay, I have to change something here because I was correct. They were 3:58. 3:53.
Yeah. They were already far ahead of the pack, and they dropped another 5 seconds. So did second place. So we have another great swim from lane 3 there. But yeah, dominant performance there from Santa Monica College.
Santa Monica City College. Well, I mean, that is exactly what you want from your swim team in the 400 medley.
That's right.
That was aggressiveness on every single length. We watched in the breaststroke and the butterfly specifically. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, and like they were not in first coming out of the backstroke, but a great job keeping their composure, knowing that they have talent in the other strokes, and they weren't out of the race after being 4 seconds behind on the first leg.
Yeah, and it's just allowing your swimmers to do their job, not letting the moment get too big, and just when you step up onto the block to dive into the pool, don't make any mistakes. It's as simple as keeping it simple and just do your job as you've done a million times.
That's right. And it's a team sport, right? You don't have to have the best in every single stroke, but all together they were able to put it together here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we are done with the women's side of the 400-yard medley. We are into our final event. We're going to take a quick break for a second here. It's event number 10, the men's 400-yard medley, up in just a few moments. We will be right back. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage of the men's and women's swim and dive championship here in 2023. 400-yard medley relay. Well, Coach, it's an endurance event, but not in the way that we normally typically think about it. It's 200 meters, or check that, it's 100 meters each rung of the ladder that you have to step up in the relay. Everybody has a different job in this whole race. We're getting ready for heat number 1. It's Riverside College, Diablo Valley College, College of the Sequoias in 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8 is Shasta College, Santa Rosa Junior College, and Allen Hancock College. And then American River College is in that 4th lane. Of course, they are getting set and ready to go for backstroke. Coach, did you race this race?
Yeah, I was our team's breaststroker in the 400 medley relay a lot.
Huh.
Yeah, and we should see all guys here under a minute for their respective lengths, which means that they are going to be given pretty much all they've got for the entire race here.
It's funny you should say that, Coach. Here's the respective times, top to bottom. 3:42, 3:39, 3:36, 3:35, 3:36, 3:39, 3:40.
Yeah, so we're averaging in the 52 to 53 range for some of these guys. We're going to see, faster on maybe the free in the back and maybe just under a minute on the breaststroke.
Right. Well, they are set and ready to go here for the backstroke. We are getting ready to get underway in heat number 1 of the men's 400-yard medley relay. You're watching SoCal College Sports coverage of the men's and women's dive state championship here in 2023. And we are underway in the backstroke, and we already have our lanes picked out that are kind of going to be breaking away a little bit. It's that 5 and 6 and 4. And they seem to be at least in the lead. Don't count out lane number 3 as well. College of the Sequoias definitely within that mix as well. The backstroke race turning into a fight here as guys are really fighting for position, but it's never really over, Coach. I mean, this is just the first part of it.
These guys are just starting to set up their team for success. An interesting difference in technique with some of our heads much higher than others. You see some people laying down much flatter here.
Yeah, it was, I believe it's that lane number 5 from Sierra College. That was Evan Terry, he kind of had his shoulders up in the water.
Which is generally not recommended, but it certainly worked for him at a 51.94. Yeah, it's got great speed.
Yeah, lane number 5, they posted a check that. That's Shasta College, not. I'm a little bit off my game here. Shasta College, they posted a 3:36 in the first heat earlier this morning. And they are still in first place, but they are locked in a battle with College of the Sequoias, and that's Connor Burton, who's trying to make a fight here in the breaststroke.
Yeah, neck and neck lane 3 and 5 with both breaststrokers being really similar in their technique and power. We're turning together on the 3rd lap.
Yeah, and they are just ahead. Shasta College is just like, I think, a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
They were almost in perfect rhythm with each other a second ago.
That's right. And we're looking maybe for lane 4 to have a strong butterflyer and catch back up to this heat, as they've fallen behind a few seconds now.
Yeah, well, and it looks like Shasta College still has a little bit of that advantage here, but we're on to the butterfly. On the butterfly, you have Matthew Beam from Shasta College and Ezra Cease. Now, this is a really important stroke here, Coach. And what are you saying? Lane number 6.
I'm just looking at lane 7 as well. Like, is really catching up, has got a good stroke as well. I'm seeing 3 and 5 and 7 turning together here coming into the butterfly.
Yeah, Max Basile, he is there for Allen Hancock College here on the near side. He is the one who's kind of crushing. Actually, I got to say, this butterfly that he's putting out there, he's making up a lot of time for his team, and now it's turning into a 3-way race for first place. But looking at lane number 4, American River College, Thomas Townsend coming in. He's a sophomore. He's got the experience. He's been here before. Can American River College turn around? It's all down to the freestyle here, Coach. This is getting
just like
exciting.
I was saying, the fly caught him back up, and we got another race for the finish. Let's see it.
Well, and it looked like Allen Hancock College might actually have been in the water there first, but it is a 3-way, or check that, 4-way, maybe 5-way. Look at lane number 6 picking up some ground here.
That's right. They don't want to be left out of here either.
No. Santa Rosa Junior College saying maybe we're back into it. Now they dropped down again. So now it's a 4-way tie for first place. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 7 are now interlocked in battle, and we're into the final 50 meters, Coach.
It's like lane 4 flipping about a half second faster than lane 3 and 5 here. With CV's got that second 50 speed.
Yeah, Cove Pena. He's from American River
here comes
College.
lane 3.
Lane 3 is pushing.
Together. I think lane 3 might have him.
Lane 3, okay, it's going to be Zachary Welch.
With that long stroke, he's stretching out.
Go for it, Coach. He's coming all the way down. He's coming into the near side. Is he going to have it? And he's going to hit the clock. Barring a disqualification, nope, they are good to go clean as it comes. Third in third, Lane College of the Sequoias. They're going to post a happy score. They're going to be liking this. 3:31.54 for first place. American River College, they're going to be in second place with a 3:32.30. That's not very much time, especially in this medley.
No, absolutely, and he's got to be happy with that. Like flipping a half second behind and then catching it up in that last 50, finishing the race 0.8 of a second ahead of lane 4.
Yeah.
A really strong swim there from lane 3.
That's really impressive. I mean, we were kind of just noting on it. It's like every single lane kind of had its advantages and disadvantages from 5, 4, and 3, and then 7 got into the mix. I mean, gosh dang, look, they're third place, 3:33.60.
Third place from lane 7 is overachieving from what they came in at prelims. I think those boys will go home happy tonight.
Yeah, well, okay. This is it. This is it. The final on day number 1 of the tournament, heat number 2.
I have to assume we'll see some high emotions here. We should see some fast racing.
So, with a time of 3:33, Cuesta College, they're going to be in lane number 1. A time of 3:31, Orange Coast College, they're going to be in lane number 2. A time of 3:27.86, they're in lane number 3, Palomar College. In lane number 5 with a time of 3:26.40, Sierra College. Man, that's going to be the type one. And I actually do have to make a comment. Tommy Collins, he is going to be the swimmer in the butterfly for Sierra College. His family members are here. We also have news that he has family members in the Southeastern Asia Ocean right now.
On a boat watching this live stream. It's amazing. The modern world is pretty cool.
We are all connected through this internet thing that, I don't know, the way I look at it is we've convinced Rocks to think, but we want a big shout out to the Collins family. Anybody who knows Tommy, thank you so much for tuning in. We love it.
Absolutely, and good luck to the young man here.
Yeah. Las Positas College, they have a time of 3:32. Long Beach City College, time of 3:35. And Mount San Antonio College, as we get set and ready to go for this final heat, 3:24.72. This is going to get fast real quick. I'm excited. This is it. The final event of the day. Let's end on a high note, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited. My adrenaline's up.
And the swim is going to be underway. Final match of the day. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage. And if you have any friends, family listening live, we're on the website. It's archived on YouTube. You'll be able to watch this anywhere, anytime, any country, even the Pacific Ocean. And we are well underway. Lane number 5, putting an impressive little time going. Sierra College, Evan Terry. He's in first place. He's kicking out underwater now. And look at that, they're just swimming 3/4 of the length of the pool, Coach.
Yeah, you'll notice on the lane lines there's every so often a red buoy instead of the white and green. The second red buoy denotes the farthest that you're allowed to kick underwater, and these guys are pushing the limits on some of these laps.
Pretty close, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I think there's like maybe 3 of those white and green like in between where they're coming up for air.
And they are training to try to hit that limit if they can.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure.
see the butterflyers do that as well.
All right, well, the second swimmer is in the water. It's 5 and 4. You can hear everybody cheering. Lane number 2 now in the mix here as they seem to have a strong swimmer in the breaststroke, and that's going to be Thomas Lemonchinto from Orange Coast College. As we get into the final lap here for the for the breaststroke in this medley.
Yeah, lane 5 continues to have a strong race here as they were ahead in the back, and looks like they're going to continue to stay ahead in the breast if lane 2 doesn't catch up.
Yeah, and that's Jake Reuter there in lane number 5. He is definitely trying to break out and do something good here. And yeah, lane number 2 and lane number 5, they are kind of locked in the battle here for the breaststroke, the butterfly. The next one coming up, Tommy Collins, he's got to have some work to do here for Sierra College. And Mount San Antonio College, do not count them out. They had a 3:24.72. So is this where they make up their speed? We might know now. Tommy Collins, he's definitely digging, finding every little bit of space that he can try to gain an advantage here, but it's a tough battle. Look over at Orange Coast College. Ethan Smith, he's over there in lane number 2, and he's going fast.
Yeah.
And this is going to be now a battle, I think, between 2 and 6, and they've raced a really good, check that, 2 and 5.
We saw Ethan Smith has some speed a second ago, and it looks like his butterfly is also on point this weekend.
Now, don't count out Mount San Antonio College. Matthew Neo, he is now gaining a little bit of ground as he's probably trying to find that second little bit of breath and that final little bit as we get in and ready for the freestyle. This is the final little bit, guys. The final 100 meters, and The first team into the pool. My goodness, it's Orange Coast College as they are out ahead. But look at the freestyle from Sierra College. That's going to be Andrew Espinoza as he's trying to pick up some space here in this final little bit.
Yeah, he knows he's got to catch up, so he is going after it. Look at that water he's moving.
Tatsuki Inui, he is over there in Orange Coast College's lane, and he's turned around and finally swimming for the final 50 meters. This is going to be really, really tight, Coach.
Lane 2 is blind. He can't see lane 5. He just has to hold on.
Yep. The team is cheering on, and man, Inui, all he has to do is swim this final little bit. Oh, no, goodness gracious, Espinoza. He came up a little bit early, and he's going to be a little bit behind. It's going to be a final race coming down to the wire, but it looks like Orange Coast College is going to take the championship, and that's it. Sierra College second place, and that was a quick first and second. 3:17, 3:19. Goodness. Mount San Antonio College, third place, 3:24, and Palomar, they're 3:25. They're in fourth place. In sixth place, Golden West College at a 3:28. Check that, Los Positas, Golden West College, they're going to be in sixth place, Los Positas College. And in seventh place is going to be Long Beach City College, and then Cuesta College in eighth place. But man, what a race. That's going to do it for most of our coverage here. Coach, you're coming back tomorrow, right?
I'll be here.
This was the first little bit of coverage. I just had a blast. That was like the most crazy couple hours I think we've spent live. What are you looking forward to tomorrow? I mean, we got a whole bunch of different events.
After seeing some of these guys in their individual strokes, it sure looks like we have some backstroke to look forward to. Looks like the breaststroke events will be competitive.
Butterfly. I'm excited.
Man,
I'm excited
we love
for
the
butterfly.
Of course, right? It's just fun to watch. Yeah, no, honestly, if you saw today and you're not excited for this weekend, I don't think you're watching the same meet as us.
Absolutely. This is the ultimate teaser, right? Like the medleys are just like, oh gosh. You get the perfect opportunity to check out a little bit of the good stuff, and now it's going to be some really, really good stuff tomorrow. Right. Everybody, that's going to do it for our coverage. SoCal College Sports, happy to bring this production to you. You're watching the Men's and Women's Swim and Dive Championship 2023. For everybody here, our entire production team, we wish you a good night and good afternoon wherever you are. Hope you're safe and sound, and we will see you tomorrow morning with our events all day long. Have a good day, everybody.